beautiful people. This is your girl, Blue Nola, back in the building with another reading. I hope all is well in your world. Today, we're going to do Chance the Rapper, his relationship with his wife, Kirsten. Now, before we get started, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I think we're like less than 300 people away from 30,000. So make sure you subscribe so you can get any updates that I have for the channel. Also, you can book your appointment at BlueNolaTarot.com if you would love for me to do a personal reading for you. Okay? Check out all the rest of the content on the channel just to see the accuracy of it. And let's go ahead and get into it. So, Chance the Rapper was recently at a carnival. All right? This is in Jamaica. He seemed to be having a really, really great time. And there was a video that was captured, and clearly he was aware of it, where he was dancing behind this beautiful woman, right? And it was basically a twerking video, right? Some people felt like, hey, he's at a carnival. He's in Jamaica. This is what they do, right? Other people felt like he ain't from the Caribbean. Wait, a lot of people had a lot to say about it. Like, he's married, he got 2 kids, what's going on? And then clearly his wife had a problem with it because she put out a statement talking about people needing to grow up. Now, if you could recall, a few months ago, he was caught liking something related to transgender women, all right? And his wife, at that time came out again defending the position of what happened. So this is why I'm here. I never thought that I would ever do a reading on Chance the Rapper. He is no interest to me at all, right? He's the Russell Wilson of the rap industry, if that makes sense to you. So I never just really felt like, what is there to really read on? Like, I'm not into his music like that. I think he's a cool guy. I think he has some pretty, he has some quality music, but I'm not into him like that. So I've never felt a connection for him. But the reason why I'm even doing this reading is something's up with this guy, all right? I don't know if this guy's gone into a midlife crisis. Is he truly happy? I know he's only 30 years old, but, you can still use that word, those terms. I don't know if he's truly happy. Like, was his wife blindsided by some of the stuff that he's doing? Is she happy? Is she, like, what's happening here? And will they stay married? Will they stay married, guys? That's the question I'm asking today, right? Because as much as some people think it's carnival, it's fine. It was okay to me until he started slapping her butt, the lady's butt. That's when I was like, okay. Then I'm thinking to myself, well, if he's doing this in public, what is he actually doing in private? That was my other thought. Because I'm like, he had no regard for the fact that his wife could see this. He had no regard that his in-laws could see this. He had no regard for anyone seeing this, right? He just was in the moment. So do you get in a moment a lot and get lost in your situation? And have you done this before? Or was this just an error in judgment? Are we making too much? Am I making too much of it? I'm just curious. So I'm getting this from Gossip of the City T. And it says here, according to TMZ, a rap for Chance the Rapper acknowledges that there's been some drama involving the video of Chance being twerked on in Jamaica. However, he has said that it's okay. Everything's okay with the family. All right. So let's go ahead and read that again because I dropped the cards and then I started looking at them. So it said, according to TMZ, Rep for Chance acknowledges there's been some drama involving videos of Chance being twerked on in Jamaica during Carnival, but summed it up by saying everyone has their moments, but they're all good. Now, he had that video, which was I would consider the most extreme one, but he did have another video I believe I saw where he was also having another young lady was twerking on him as well. It wasn't the same, but he was still being twerked on, and he was still allowing it. So these cards flew out, and I started looking at them, and that's what made me pause, child. I have to reread this again, girl. This is a whole lot. And just in that flash when I was dealing and talking and everything, and this flew out, that's what took me off track with the actual caption. This is a lot, guys. When I tell you this is a lot, I wouldn't even have to pull another card, just these cards. And this is probably what I'm going to actually end up doing. Let me say this. I don't feel like it was for attention. Some people like, was it for attention? Was he clout chasing? I don't feel this is for attention. I feel like he got caught up in a moment. He got swept away. He was enjoying himself at the festival. Period, point blank. That's what it talks about to me. His Six of Wands energy is in reverse, right? And that just represents, if he was really out there really trying to do it for the gram and do it for the public, I think he would have been a little bit more mindful. He got swept away. Also, too, he has moon energy and that Six of Wands both represent Chance the Rapper. We don't know him. Like, right? Now, this is for entertainment purposes. This is allegedly, take this with a grain of salt if you will. But this represents in my energetically, like this is not his first time being inappropriate. Probably won't be his last. We just saw it on camera, right? That Six of Wands is somebody who can be, there's an infidelity aspect there. There's somebody who is being, you would say the word treacherous. Even in that moon card, that's somebody who's sneaky. Somebody who is doing something they don't have no business doing, all right? This could cause problems in his marriage. With that justice and that justice and that sun card together, this could represent down the road, these people could truly be divorced. He also, that moon energy could also represent like even his sexuality and who he is, just like he tapped on the transgender page by mistake. Yeah, that wasn't no mistake. This is who, like, to me, in his energy, he has the energy of somebody who's sneaky, who can't be trusted, etc., etc. Infidelity, somebody who has an ego thing going on under the scene, can't be trusted. His wife standing there upset about it, going off. And moon card sneaky. He has a lot of like can't be trusted elements in his messages. So I would say to you, the incident, the dancing we saw, to me, that's what we saw in person. Again, like I said before I started this reading, what are you doing in private? That means you could be losing your mind when somebody twerk on you too much in private too, right? But maybe it'll go to the next step. And even his bodyguard didn't seem too fazed by it. If anything, the bodyguard was extremely engaged in the act, right? Like that was normal. Just think about this for a second. He was all in it. So I don't feel like Chance the Rapper is innocent as he comes across. I don't feel that Chance the Rapper, this is his first time being, getting out of character, if you will. This is just the first time that we're seeing it in the public eye, right? The tapping on the transgender page by mistake was just a glimpse into stuff people be doing. Let me say this. A lot of men, believe it or not, they're doing a lot of stuff that let me say this. Blueface, one thing Blueface is, he could be a little wild with it. But when Blueface say a lot of men be cheating, that's for real. Okay? And what this represents is that even though he's saying in his messages that he and his wife are fine, let me say this. They're not fine. And let me say this. This justice card with this sun card could represent these two people. Down the road, they could actually get a divorce, guys, because this is how serious. Like it's bigger than this. That there's to me, this woman is gonna find out more and more about him, and he'll do more and more. There's more to come, right? Whether we see it or whether it's in private, there's a trust issue. There's a broken trust thing that's happening here. She's not gonna be able to trust him. She'll always feel like she's got to question what he's doing, where he's at, if he's making the right decisions, if he has discernment. And to me, this is representing a person she cannot trust. Period, point blank. Infidelity, treachery, sneakiness. Doesn't pay attention to, like, he's too busy in the fun of it all, right? He's not realistic in his expectations. The justice card, again, this talks about they can get into legal situations. So just know, like, whether it's today or tomorrow and 5 years from now, this represents a situation where they can end up getting divorced. Period. Right? Chance the Rapper and his wife. It's up to those two individuals, but Chance the Rapper is not who he has the squeaky clean image. And that's the ones you gotta watch out for the most. We used to see in the Futures of the world and the NBA young boys of the world, we used to see in guys that's kind of living out loud in their their bullshit. But this guy, he's sneaky with it. This is why he has the moon card. He's sneaky with it. All right? So I don't feel like Chance the Rapper, like this happened in a vacuum. I feel like he's sneaky. Period, point blank. Is he, and also that sun card, that sun card could also represent a person who's not really happy. It could represent the marriage not being totally happy. Give me the energy around the wife, Kirsten. Was she blindsided by this? Was this a shock to her? You know, has she had issues with him before with doing, doing too much, being too free? Give me the energy around Kirsten. Give me the energy around it. The Knight of Wands. The Four of Cups. And this was coming out and then it flipped back in and then it was coming out. I don't feel she trusts him, guys. Period, point blank. I don't care what nobody's saying. I don't feel like she trusts him. She went from trusting him. This is I trust you, right? I trust you. But this could also represent eventually a separation or disunion, all right? The Knight of Wands could represent a separation or disunion, a departure from the relationship, a disconnection from the relationship. So right now, I feel like she'll kind of chill. But again, I feel like she doesn't trust her husband, right? To have discernment. Just think about it for a second. You already had to defend him on some foolishness on Twitter. And now you have to defend him on some foolishness on Instagram and Twitter again. Like, how much more can a person be dealing with? We got to think, a lot of people defending his actions with the Caribbean thing. But she just was defending him a few months ago on some other stuff. This Seven of Swords represents this woman does not trust her husband like that. Now, I don't care what she says. She could get on there because this is a person who can have a brave face, right? The Four of Cups could all be about a person who can choose to present a happy face. A person who can choose to accept what the situation is. But even in her energy, this could also be a person who's questioning, does he have other acquaintances? What is he doing outside of the marriage? That person can question that. So this could go from a person who totally trusted her husband to now having questions in her mind. These cards represent separation, disunion. This eventually represents a person who is just kind of like, eventually getting annoyed and vexed with the situation and not trusting her husband. And again, they have a separation, divorce element there. I'm not wishing bad luck on these people at all. It just is what it is. But I feel, and listen, on the back of their hand, I'm not even making this up. They have a Tower card here. So just know that this could lead into a Tower moment, their relationship. Is he in a midlife crisis? What's going on with him? For me, when I'm reading his cards, that looks like this is who he is. Like, you gotta, people be having double lives. Is he in a midlife crisis, or is this who he is as a person? Was this just an error in judgment, Spirit? He's a very friendly person. He's a very likable person. He'll get into a situation and be talking and chatting and this and that, right? Lover boy, blue, all of that. I feel like he loves his wife. He loves his family. He loves his children, all of that, right? That's what it talks about. But he and his wife will hit a bumpy road. I can see their marriage lasting the next 1 to 3 years. All right. So I'm saying, it's not on you right now, but I can see that. In his messages here, he's relatively happy. I just think he has another way. Like, I think he's relatively happy. I just think that he has other stuff that he goes on the side. So I don't think this just is an unhappy person that's just completely miserable in their marriage and therefore they're seeking other things. I feel like, for the most part, if you look at his Knight of Wands and his Page of Cups, he's relatively happy with his wife. That's what that represents. But he has his other life. He has his other way about him. Other things that people can speak on and be like, that's just rapper. That's weird. Some people just be greedy about stuff, guys. Some people want their cake and they want to eat it too. They want to have their wife, and they want to have their little life and their little lifestyle, and they want to be having other stuff too on the side. This is what it is, right? That's what that could represent. Mistresses and kicking it with other people and different things of that nature. But in having sexual pleasures and deviant behaviors and all that stuff. When you see that Devil card, this is somebody who can have a weakness and be doing stuff. And when they're out and about and independent, they be into stuff. So just imagine, and they got a lot of people like that. LeBron James is one of them. They have a lot of people who they present family on the surface, but they feed into their desires, their lower desires. And they have little stuff going on the side. I mean, they could be totally at home enjoying Christmas and the holidays and this, that, and the third, and totally enjoying their wife, having sex with their wife, and they still have these little guilty pleasures on the side. This is what happens. All right, so I don't feel like this was. You could consider this an error in judgment, but this is, to me, this is what it is, right? I felt he was way too comfortable. That's what I said. This is who he is. This is his makeup. I felt like he was way too comfortable. See, that's what I'm saying. I felt he was way too comfortable in that energy. So just know, Miss Ma'am, you married a man that could take off and be letting people twerk on him. And he could be behind the scenes, being real friendly and chummy. Even in that Page of Cups, the Page of Cups for a lot of people, if you're learning tarot, the Page of Cups could be somebody who could come off real naive, but then they could be promiscuous, They could be promiscuous. So just know he keeps having a double card with the Emperor and all of that. This is kind of who he is. A lot of people, again, a lot of people, again, they'll have a certain image, but they real sneaky with it. I mean, I even had a dream some time ago about Russell Wilson dating somebody else. Like this is just a dream, but I even had a dream about Russell Wilson before he married Sierra. And I don't know why I dreamed that, because it was so random and I wasn't even thinking about this man. But I even have a dream that he had like a little house or something that he had before he got married or something like that. And that he was actually still seeing some woman. And she was actually a black woman too. That he was seeing some woman on the side. Right? So again, I don't know. It's just a dream. But my dreams are pretty cool, pretty straightforward. Chance the Rapper and his wife, I wish them the best of luck. This reading won't be too long, but just know that where there's smoke, there's fire. And just like he tapped on that transgender page by mistake, and now he had an error in judgment, was let the woman twerk on him and all this. And again, I feel like the dancing, dancing at a festival is fine. I just think that it became too much, especially when he starts slapping her behind. Like, are you serious? And he was way too comfortable, and his security was way too comfortable. That just felt too comfortable for me. So we wish them the best of luck, and hopefully you can work through it. Again, when it comes to love and relationships, it's on the two people, the individuals that's in it. They could fight to work through it and go through therapy and this, and the other. And, he could even try to claim, like he, is an error in judgment. Maybe he had a problem, a moment, or whatever. I don't know, but there's something with this guy. That's why I wanted to do a reading with him. I'm like, we don't know these people. And, you don't know what they do. And you don't know what they be doing in private. And again, this is for entertainment purposes only. But he have too much sneakiness in his messages. Way too much sneakiness. So good luck to them. Have a great day. Stay blessed, encouraged, empowered. Again, don't forget you can follow me here on YouTube, Blue Nola Tarot. I have a second YouTube called the Chat with Nola Podcast. You can follow me on all of my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Everything is Blue Nola Tarot. Okay? Have a great day. Take care. Stay blessed. And also, don't forget you can book it with me at BlueNolaTarot.com. BlueNolaTarot.com. This reading is on Chance the Rapper and his wife. And again, I wish them the best of luck. But baby, let me tell you, like this lady, somebody wrote in a comment on the Gossip of the City Tea. If you got to report that you're good, you weren't good. And that's exactly how I feel. Like, why is y'all business to know that I'm good? Just you'll see me out and about with my people and we good, right? And I don't feel she going anywhere anytime soon, but I definitely feel like down the road it's coming. All right? Knock on wood, fam. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.